Welcome back to a new video of style analysis, and today I have something very special, very fancy. Today we are going to analyze the style of Her Majesty, the Queen of England. So get cozy, because I have my cozy blankets, two of those bodily things because it's super cold right now. I have some candles in the background and my laptop in here. So I will insert the clip so you can follow along, and let's analyze the style of the Queen. So, the Queen of England. We're going to start with a very funny story about the Queen. When the King of Saudi Arabia came to visit England, back then Saudi Arabian women were not allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia, and for those matter the Queen took him, King of Saudi Arabia, for a ride. She drove herself, and she drove so fast that the king was absolutely scared. But he survived, and the ban is lifted now. I'm not sure if the Queen has something to do with it. I can only imagine, but that's a little anecdote of the Queen. So enjoy her style analysis. My name is Mia from the Glam Factor. Subscribe for more glamour and femininity. You can also find me on Instagram. So let's start analyzing the colors the Queen wears. And just looking at those pictures, you see she loves colors, bright pink, then a lot of yellow and just sunny, nice colors, which is so amazing. Because most older women just tend to wear very neutral tones, a lot of beige, grey, white, but not the Queen. The Queen goes totally in, and that's amazing. Because why should you stop wearing colors only because you age? I mean, I totally plan on wearing craziest colors when I age. And she stick to it. As you see, even when she was younger, she wore bright yellow and a lot of colors. And it's amazing that she still does. It's just so much nicer to wear bright colors and sunny yellows and pinks and everything, instead of like wearing black. Okay, I think she's not allowed to wear a lot of black either than to like serious moments, because of the royal standard, how to call it, like the royal dressing rules, something like that. But of course she could wear darker clothes or beige or something, but she doesn't. She goes all in and wears like this nice colors, brights. Also, she wears a lot of white, like you can see here. So I would say a lot of white, but besides that bright, fun colors, she goes all in, which is really amazing. That's what inspired me today to wear like a pink top, a pink turtleneck. It's from Orsay, by the way, so you can find it also in my hauls. I also have a whole playlist all about feminine and glamorous hauls, so I will link it somewhere in here if you want to check it out. Here, for example, you see the Queen meeting Merkel, the Chancellor of Germany, and the Queen wears like a cool patterned dress. It's really cool that she does it, and it's very unique. Here you see something more elegant, like a silk, I think it's a dress, I don't think it's a top, it might be a dress or like a gown, and like a very sophisticated silk material. Oh, I have one follower! Nice. Here you see like a nice baby blue. I'm such a fan of the color baby blue, and I think it looks nice on everyone. So, and I think the color baby blue fits just all skin tone, all hair color, all eye colors. So really try it out. I really love it. Here's a nice turquoise color, and again the dress. It's just nice seeing somebody wearing so many nice colors and matching it. I also like that she's coordinating it, like the hat is the same color as the jacket, or like the costume. Probably she pays a lot of money to her hat maker, or everything is like fitted on her. I don't know how much she spends on her clothes, probably a lot, but yeah, it's nice to look at. Here you have a fun way with flowers and everything in pink, except for the shoes. She's really cute in her nice dresses. Here you see her a little bit younger. Here, for example, you see that even her hat is having the same fabric as her dress. That's beyond fashionista, that's amazing. And I mean, even the bag matches perfectly and looks pretty nice. Here also a nice pink one with Diana. Diana is also coming on this channel. I don't know what she's wearing there on her head. I don't know, never seen that. With like little bows. If you know what this is, maybe it's like a English something thing, then comment it down below, because I'm really interested what this is. Here like a nice fur option. She also has beige, but not so much like colors. She has more colors than like this neutral tone, like beige, white, those kind of colors. When it comes to cuts, the Queen is very modest. Of course she has to be, and she's the Queen of England, and it's not appropriate for her to wear like mini skirts or anything. So the thing she does the most is wearing costumes, like you see in here, in of course color. And her costumes are always covering her knee, so always above her knee, even when she was younger, like you can see here. So it's not a thing of like now, it was there for almost when she was younger. So she also followed the dressing rules as she was younger, like you can see here. And another thing is that her shoulders are always covered. She never has something like too revealing or anything. She always has this nice covering. Of course now, of course, but even when she was younger, most of her shoulders were covered. And either she wore sleeves, longer sleeves, or something like short sleeves, but she never showed too much. Like you can see a perfect example here on the Great Wall. She has longer sleeves and a longer hem, so above her knees. Or even in here, even when she's sitting, she has like a looser skirt that is covering her knees and it's not too short. Or even walking here with Kate Middleton, you can see Kate Middleton wearing something very short, but still the Queen has a more longer hemline. Even here you can see like a tiny bit of knee, but I think only because she's walking and her coat is covering it, so it doesn't seem like so short. If you observe the pictures when she has like a sitting picture, she normally tends to go for like a flowier dress or like a flowier skirt. But if she has an event where she is standing, then she chooses like a straight line. You can see it perfectly here, like a nice, very appropriate outfit for the Queen. And here, even when she was younger, she always kept the same style almost. She wore like those costumes, nicely dressed, most of the times with buttons in front of her and like a nice and like a nice collar. This picture is amazing. She looks like a total badass in front of her Land Rover, and I bet she drove it herself. She always tends to drive Land Rovers. Either her skirts are straight or like in a very tiny A-line cut. It's never too much of an A-line cut. But when she was younger, she used to wear more of an hourglass shape, showing her waist a little bit more, compared to here, for example. That's like a total hourglass shape, like really accentuating the waist. Now it's more a bit straight. I mean, of course, due maybe to age or something, but back then she really went in for hourglass, which is a very nice trick to make you look very elegant and feminine. If you want to see a video about that, I will link one in here. I have one about how to look elegant and chic and one how to look feminine, so pick and choose whatever you like. But after this video, here you see a nice picture of the 50s, which is a very common style of the 50s, like the nice hemline, the nice hourglass shape and a very long and flowy dress or skirt line, which is like moving and shaking whenever she walks. I really like those style of dresses. The same goes for this picture, also very nice, and of course again covering her sleeves. But her sleeves are not so long, so it's like a very nice cut. This cut is perfect if you don't have a perfect hourglass, because the line to your shoulders makes it appear more hourglassy. So you almost have like an X. I will try to draw it on this picture. So you almost have like an X because your shoulder is like that, and then it goes out to the to the skirt line. So this is perfectly if you want to have a very extreme hourglass shape. Then pick a dress or like a style like that. So even you can pick like a skirt and a top like that. That would be perfect. That's a bit of an uncommon picture. The queen wearing like a strappy dress. She has a few strappy dresses for like very fancy occasions. She wears a crown, so I can only imagine it was a very fancy occasion. But then sometimes it was appropriate to wear strappy dresses. But other than that, in daytime, she never wore anything strappy. This is what she would wear in summer during daytime. She is on a visit on... where is it? Doesn't show. Yeah, but she is on a visit somewhere, and you can see she is very appropriately dressed, not showing her shoulders. Here again the very 50s style. Oh, that's a nice dress. I love those glittery materials. I'm all about glamour, as you probably know by now, but she has like this glittery material, probably diamonds on it, and the crown with earrings and everything. Wish I could wear that. Maybe on the next episode, you will see. But I don't have anything like so glittery. I really try to have my sparkling earrings and everything, but I don't have a dress like that, unfortunately. Not yet. Here also see her wearing a nice bright dress. And another thing is that her décolletage is never too revealing. If she has like a very low v-neck, she has something under it, like you can see here. Or she even has something completely covered. But when she was younger, she never showed too much. Everything is nicely buttoned up. She never shows too much. Everything is very appropriate, very ladylike. As you can see here, for example, she has those almost v-neck, and it has the illusion to go down, but then she has something square in it, same material. Here again, like a nice fancy event. I wish I had more of those events in my life. I don't. But I have YouTube, I have you. I can dress up for you from time to time. She very often wears those costumes with buttons. I really like those styles of those costumes. It really reminds me of Chanel. Chanel does amazing costumes. And the fact that she picks like a very bright color, it looks younger than, for example, a beige one or like a white one. It just looks more fancy and fun. But you know I like colors in my wardrobe. Shoes. The queen wears a lot of very classic shoes. As you can see here, she wears white loafers. And I mean, loafers are in fashion forever. I mean, some people don't say it's in fashion, but they are nice to look at. Gucci does amazing loafers. And I don't think those are Gucci, but they are loafers in a nice white color, matching her bag and her gloves. Here you can also see a white pair of shoes. It's very closed. I don't think you can see her wearing open sandals. I think most of the time she wears something closed, like a closed shoe, where you cannot see her toes. And most of her shoes are either black or white. As you can see here, she also wears black loafers. Are those Gucci? They look like Gucci shoes, Gucci loafers. I think so. Comment it down below. I think those are Gucci. If they are Gucci, they were expensive. I will insert the price somewhere in here. I wonder if she could wear something like H&M, or is it forbidden for her? That would be cool. Seeing the Queen or even Kate Middleton in something like H&M, or maybe Zara or Mango, I don't mind, but something like High Street? Because let's be honest, it's like taxpayers' money, so it would be nicer seeing her in something more affordable. Even when she was younger, she sticked to either black or white, here, as you can see here. A very colorful costume, very nice and bright, but white shoes. Here again in black, like a heel. The heels she wore were never too high, so she always had a heel in fancy events, like you can see here, but it was like a very modest heel. We'll come across more heels, don't worry. Even there she has a heel, but it's very modest, not too high. Here again she wears a loafer. I think those are the same shoes. I think she wore the same model, so she doesn't vary too much with shoes. It could be like a few shoes she just rotates, which would be amazing if she does it, if she doesn't have like a whole closet full of shoes. I wonder, is there like a room tour of the Queen, like a wardrobe tour? Would be cool. I would certainly look at that. Oh, by the way, a few of you suggested that I would do a wardrobe tour, and I will definitely do one, so subscribe to my channel so don't miss it. Bags. If you pay attention to the bags the Queen wears, they are always very tiny, very structured and very tiny that you can hold them on a handle. She doesn't wear many clutches though. They usually have a handle, like you can see here, but they are very structured, they stand on their own. By the way, I have a video, I will link here, on how to pick elegant and expensive looking handbags on a budget. So where you learn all the tricks on picking a handbag that looks super chic and elegant, but doesn't cost that much. Same with her shoes. Her bags are either black or white. And I think that's almost the same bag on almost every picture. I mean, not this picture, but the black one, I think it's a similar one. Oh, and here she has like a silvery color for like fancy occasions. Okay, this is a different shape of bag. Oh, she also has a golden one. But in bags she doesn't switch too much, so she has a very certain style of bags and she just rotates a few of them. And you can see them a lot repeating on the pictures. So you can see here. And she always matches her bags with her shoes. So if she wears a black bag, she compares it with black shoes and black gloves. And the same goes for white. And silver and gold are for like fancy occasions where she wears like a crown and a nice long gown. But other than that, it's only black or white. And most of the times it's just the same bags on rotation. Even when she was younger, you see her wearing a lot of this particular white bag on repeat. For the style, it's always the same. If there's one accessory the Queen wears most of the time, it's a hat. Let's take a look. She wears a lot of hats and they are always color coordinated with her outfit. You can see here, even her jacket matches her hat, but also in here, like it's always the same. They are always made from the same material, the same colors, they are completely matching her outfits, and she is very rarely seen without a hat. For like English functions, I think you have to wear a hat, or you have to like cover your hair with a hat. Not sure about the exact rules, but for like functions you have to have something like that. But the Queen is rarely seen without a hat. And if you take a look at her hats, there are always like fancy things on her hats. Like you can see here some flowers and some like feathers standing up from her head or something like that. Like, so her hats are never boring. They are always like filled and glamorous and fun. I wish I could wear that day to day, like a funny feather hat and be all glamorous. People would laugh at me for sure. But I like that. I like those models of style. They were like common in the 60s. They had like nice... They were not like too much, but they were nice, like close to the hats. That's also a fun model. Structure is very cool. And it fits to the polka dress she wears. So something like that in red. And a nice blue one. See, like the same material made of the hat and the costume. Oh, and a crown! Ah, wish I could have a crown as well and walk in a crown. Lucky her wearing a crown. I wonder how much this crown weighs. Probably it's a lot if it's like real gold and diamond. I mean, like just holding your head straight up with like such a heavy crown. I mean, I don't know if it's heavy or not, but I can just imagine. Must be like a challenge for your hat and your neck muscles, probably like lifting. For fancy occasions, she also has like a nice tiara full of diamonds and everything. She has various tiaras, like you can see here, a more golden one, but not always on fancy occasions she wears something like that. Sometimes it's also a normal hat, like in here. I mean, not normal, but a hat, you know what I mean, like a fancy hat with equipment on it. Did you say equipment? One accessory the Queen almost always wears are gloves. And I really don't know why gloves disappeared. I think it's such a nice, elegant trend. I wish we could bring back gloves. Just look how elegant it looks. Not even just for fancy occasion where she wears like this nice opera gloves, but something like that with a simple dress. I mean, okay, very chic, not so simple, but for that time it was more or less like a simpler dress. Combined with gloves, it instantly looks elegant. Well, now we have rubber gloves for the situation we are in, but I don't think that's the same. I wish we could have like this nice satiny or material gloves. Okay, we have it in winter, but those like very thin gloves, I think it looks so elegant. Here I've never seen anybody wearing like gloves in spring. I mean, okay, summer probably it's very hot, depending where you are, not in Germany. But in like a nice weather, like in spring or anything, nobody wears gloves. I really wish we could bring that back. Although it looks so nice, just look at that. Okay, I must admit probably would be a bit difficult to use your smartphone, but even winter gloves have like this little material where you can use it, so that would be a thing. If I ever do merch one day, I will try to do some gloves, like material gloves. Probably nobody would buy them except for me, but I will try. Maybe somebody of you will like it, and then we can bring back the trend. I must say I prefer the white gloves above the black gloves. Here you see like everything in black, so a light costume but a black bag, shoes and gloves. And I think it looks a little bit too harsh, so I'm definitely more for the white gloves. It looks a bit more elegant, a bit more chic, but it's still better than no gloves. Ooh, here she has baby blue gloves. That's nice. It's like a satiny material. Very elegant. I think it looks so chic with like nice dresses and those like elbow opera gloves. Very nice. Jewelry. The Queen wouldn't be the Queen if from time to time she would be covered all in diamonds and crowns and everything the country has to offer. So here we go. Jewelry. I always wonder what for is this like long diamond stick, like jewelry stick? What do they do with that? I mean, I can understand like earrings and like a crown, but why is there like those jewelry stick? What does she do it with? Like walking with that on the floor? Probably it's too expensive for that, right? So if you know why they invented that, please let me know in the comments, because I really don't get that. It's maybe like a court situation where you can like, Einspruch, euer Ehren. Here you can see a perfect example. More is more when it comes to royalty in England. She has huge jewelry, huge necklaces, a crown, a crystally bag, flowers, and a fur, hopefully a fake fur. But for more serious pictures, she wears like a nice brooch and a pearl necklaces and very tiny and delicate pearl earrings. The same goes for here. She very often wears brooches. I think brooches are such an amazing tool. And if you want to see how to style brooches in a very elegant and modern way, then I would definitely suggest you watch the style analysis of Dita von Teese, because she masters brooches. She wears quite a lot of pearls, like a pearl necklaces, pearl earrings. But for the diamonds, she only wears them at fancy occasions in the evening. I don't think she would use the diamonds in daytime. In daytime she always goes for pearls. Even her earrings are always pearls for daytime. As you can see here, like a nice bright sunny day, and she wears her pearls, and only her brooch is like diamondy or like glittery. Oh, it looks so nice, all in diamonds and sparkly things. And I like it that the brooches is similar to the embellishments at her dress. Looks very fancy. She has pretty much the same style when it comes to jewelry from younger to older age. So if you can see here, all in the same, like wearing brooches and necklaces, or in daytime pearls, and even now, today, not today, but even now she wears nice pearls and brooches. So she really keeps it in her style. She doesn't go so much for trends. Back then, of course, we also had trends with jewelry and stuff like that. So she kept it until now. And it's really nice to see that somebody really found a style and just going for it for so many years. I mean, she's around for decades and she still has her particular style and her unique elegance. That pretty much also goes for her hairstyle. She didn't really change it, so she wore always very short hair, curly hair, or like curled, or like slightly curled. But as you can see, she did not change it. Of course, the color changed, but besides that, even in her younger days, she kept the same style of hair, as you can see here. Makeup. When she was younger, she often used red lips or darker lips to any functions, and she still does. Like, look at her in her nice red costume, wearing red lips. Either she wears something more bright, like red, or like a nude pinkish tone. But she always has something, and she's always nicely made up. She is not wearing too much makeup, but definitely always something on her lips to bright her a little bit up, and it definitely matches her outfits. Nails. I have to admit, it was hard to find pictures from her nails because most of the time she wears gloves, but I don't think she wears anything on her nails. Maybe like a very sheer polish or like a nude polish, but nothing too crazy, no red, anything like that. If you enjoyed this video, you may also enjoy my whole playlist on style analysis, where I analyze the style of different celebrities, icons like Dita Von Teese, Grace Kelly, Audrey Hepburn. So take a look if you want, or I also have a whole playlist on how to look elegant, expensive and chic. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and find me on Instagram for some daily glamour. Stay chic and I will see you in the next video. Bye!